Okay, so I want to prune this guy.
Yeah, prune that guy and you
right here.
Cut it up there.
Below the bud?
Yeah, sure.
Did it. All right, I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna go prune some vines.
Go for it. We got, I don't know, it was like 20,000 of them or so.
You came to Oregon in 2003, specifically to do wine?
I had grown up in the business in a sense, in that my parents founded our family winery in 1975. Our winery in California specializes in dessert wines, which is very specific. My dad, he was really a pioneer in dessert wines. I kind of got into wine on my own. I was a student at UC Santa Cruz. I was studying politics. I was thinking about going into law. Again, as a specialist in dessert wines, I wanted to make my own way.
What did it mean for you to pioneer something? Was it you wanted to start your own label? Was it you wanted to do something that no one else was doing?
I like to think if I could just learn one new thing and contribute that to the wine world in my lifetime, that would be a real big accomplishment.
Do you think from all corners of the state even, let's just look at Oregon, there's something special about this place when it comes to growing grapes? Because it really does start in the vineyard?
I do. I mean, I moved here from Virginia specifically because I wanted to grow grapes here. You know, it starts with the climate and the soil, and we have an amazing climate and amazing soil. We have these great shifts in temperature overnight that retains beautiful acidity. We have this dry weather that lets us have a long growing season and hang time. We've got these amazing soils and microclimates around this valley that you can do just about everything well if you match to the right site, the right thing to the right site.
When you meet the two of them, I mean, is it instant friendship?
It was. It's funny because I kind of stepped into a role that they didn't know they needed. Somebody to keep everything running and grounded and organized and efficient, and so they didn't really know they needed me until I showed up, and then we've been inseparable ever since. So you meet Herb at Trim. What did you think of him?
Herb is, he's maybe more high-level visionary, a great grape grower, full of ideas, and we put that all together, and you have process and focus and ideas, and we also have different ideas about how wine should taste. We have different palates and what we pick up and notice and don't notice. We spend a lot of time being self-critical without being negative and trying to get better all the time. And there's just sort of this synergy between the three of us. Like Nicole said, we're friends, but we also work really well together and bring different things to the table.
I run the day-to-day production of the winery as associate winemaker, responsible for all the quality control issues that are happening with the wines. We have a sparkling wine program here, which I have developed and headed up.
What skill set do you bring to winemaking that you did for years as an attorney?
Well, as a litigator, a lot of what we do is strategizing, right? We have a problem and we need to come up with a theory for the case, and we need to articulate what that is, support it with evidence, and then convince the fact finder that our case is right. And to me, that's sort of like building a wine plan. And then ultimately, the judge and the jury are the consumer who are gonna have the wine and say, hey, you did a good job, or hey, try again next time.
Our partners, Brian, Nicole, and the Sante Foundation.
With the Oregon wine experience, it's always been important for you to give back. Why does Barrel 42 continue to give back to the Oregon wine experience?
Community supports each other. A good community should. When you think about it, with the tragedy of the Alameda fires, I mean, we all have really had to depend on our community. Anytime I think we have the opportunity to give back to that community, we should take advantage of that.
I guess my take on giving back sometimes is when things are going well for you, sometimes that's the best time to give back. It's been a challenge, it's not been easy, but we look at the people out there that are having a harder time than we are and feel like this is a great time to give back.
Not only do we get a little bit of recognition for all the hard work that goes into the wines, but we get to be a part of the greater community, and the Asante Foundation is such a great organization. My sister works for Asante, so it's kind of near and dear to my heart.
Next year, Founders Barrel Auction. What are you guys cooking up?
Oh, we haven't decided yet. We are just wrapping up the 2020 vintage now, so we're still kind of seeing what's special out there.
We've always done a unique exclusive for the wine experience. We've never done a piece of our other bottling. We've always done a barrel that is unique to that. I think that's just something that makes it that much more special. And so we'll find that barrel. It's in here somewhere. I don't know if it's in this rack or the next room over.
Yeah, what are we doing out of 21 vintage? What are we doing out of 21 vintage?
It's going to be unique though, right? Because that's what you guys bring to the table, something you have to, because the competition's getting just tougher and tougher.
Absolutely. No, for the barrel auction, you really want to show up.